I was determined to not live the rest of my life unhappy and to not live the rest of my life in a body and as a person that I did not feel completely connected to and fulfilled in. And one of the things that they don't tell you about transition and gender dysphoria is that it doesn't go away. Transitioning, no matter how many surgeries you have, no matter how passable you are, no matter how successful you are, it doesn't go away. The dysphoria never goes away. In fact, it gets worse. It becomes an all-consuming 24/7 obsession. And it got to the point where it was ruining the happiness that I had in my life because I was constantly worrying about whether or not all of these things were where they needed to be and whether I was perfect or this was perfect or that was perfect. And it took up so much of my life that I just couldn't do it anymore. And I didn't want to do it anymore. So I stopped.
So do you miss Gia?
Fuck no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. No, no, Gia is exhausting. And for anyone who thinks Gia is exhausting or was exhausting, I could rest assured if it makes you feel better. I know better than anyone. Gia was more. Sorry about that.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Now, because I'm thinking when you were Gia, you had to go to a doctor. Did you ever take hormone pills and all that?
I did. When I first started, about 15 years old, I started taking estrogen, and I have a genetic condition called idiopathic urticaria, and it's not it's just an autoimmune disorder. It's not really anything horrible, but it causes really severe hives and skin rashes, and not really rashes, but more just swelling and redness. And hormones made that much worse, and they made me crazy. So I had to stop taking hormones. So I haven't taken hormones for more than like 2 or 3 years altogether throughout my life. So I didn't have to worry about the hormone issues of getting your testosterone back up and pushing your estrogen down. I never really had to worry about any of that.
Now, speaking of the doctor, now, did you go to the doctor to tell him that you wanted to detransition? And what was his reaction when he saw you as Alexander?
Well, my mother is actually my doctor that I go to. So she was not really surprised. She was surprised seeing me, but she wasn't surprised that I was doing any of this. She was like, okay, well, that's good. I'm just glad you're happy. And she told me to stop posting thirst trap pictures because they make her uncomfortable.
Oh. Well, sometimes a thirst trap is good because I do a lot of that every now and then when I just need to send a quick little when I need to send a little quick message across. Now let's talk about what do you plan on doing now as Alexander? Did you have to change your group of friends, or do they all accept you for your choice?
No, they all completely accept me. I haven't had any hasn't really changed except for a few people. So they're all completely accepting, and it's I'm very lucky in that regard. It's been really easy for me. But the people that have been around me for 10, 20, 30 years are all used to my antics, and they're used to weird things from me anyway. So I'm detransitioning was not really that huge of a shock for most of them.
Now how do you feel now that in your mind, of course, when you look through most of your social media that you would have had for years, you would see Gia a lot. And does it ever trigger anything in your mind? I mean, now that your life is Gia?
Yeah, not really. I don't like being called Gia, but other than that, it hasn't really changed that much. It's something, uh, it's something that's kind of that I'm sort of indifferent to. I realize that it's a lot, you know. It's a 25-year career that I'm never going to be able to escape. So to try to you know, exercise that from my life entirely would be absolutely impossible.
Now, I want to just say this here. I know you're in a relationship now, but back in the days when we were doing these little thirst traps and maybe trying to get us a little piece of hookup, a little piece of trade every now and then, because you know, how did men ever recognize you? You know, let's just say if you were out one night at the club, or maybe, you know, no, just in general. Like when you're Alexander, do people recognize you as? Oh, okay.
No, most people, most of the time when I first started telling people and I sent them pictures, most of them thought that I was sending pictures of my boyfriend.
Oh.
And they were like, "Who's that?" It's me. No, seriously, who is that? No, like it's me. And then I video call them and they go,
because my agent, she told me, she says, "You were a beautiful man. What would you, like?" I was like, "Well, that's her." She was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, that's her." She was like, "Oh, okay."
Tell your agent I said thank you, and I'm looking for work.
I'm sure you'll meet her one day. We're going to try to do, in the summer after I do the tour, we're going to try to do some live shows in different cities, just a couple of pop-ins, just to say hi to people and let people know that we're putting all this together step by step. I'm in no hurry I don't need to be in no hurry to get rich and famous. Things happen in their own time, and I'm okay with that.
Yes,
I'm an older person now. For me, it's easy to just take it step by step.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about what we're going to wrap it up here soon. You gave us a little education on your detransitioning and your life now as Alexander. What do you plan on doing, you and your new partner? You guys have a club and everything?
Yeah, I have a cabaret here. And I was actually going to be doing a 2023 tour in Europe, but that's kind of changed now. So I don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but I am going to do something fabulous and unexpected as
always. That's interesting. Now let's talk about: is your club going to have drag in it?
Yeah, we do. It's a traditional cabaret, so we do vaudeville acts, we do drag, we do cabaret, we do burlesque, we do it all. We do it all here, and as you can see, we absolutely have more than enough space for it.
I know that space looks amazing. You know, I was thinking to myself, my mother said to me many years ago before she died, "Rest in peace, Mama, miss you." She says, "What are you going to do when you get that big house that you're going to have to clean?" I said, "I'm never going to get a gigantic house, no matter how much money I get or how much money ever I make. 3 rooms for me is enough, because I don't plan on getting married no time soon. I like the thirst trap idea." And I like that. You know, you're sweet and you're lovely. Here's some spaghetti and cornbread, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, Alexander. Well, it's good to see you and to see that you're doing very well with your transitioning. And I'm glad to see that you're happy. And, you know, sometimes in life, we have to make decisions that is best for us. And I can tell that you're happy this way. So it's before, when you were Gia, I could see that withdrawn, kind of shy, you know, person.
Very cold.
But now I can see that you're just relaxed and